Hi everyone, welcome back to Saturday. Hope everyone's having a great weekend. Let's talk about the miners here a little bit. So we're just going to take a quick look at Bitcoin and Ethereum, see what's going on there. We're also going to take a look at the miners, see how they did for this week compared to Bitcoin, and then we're also going to take a look at short interest for the miners. We'll probably do that before we do the other one, but we'll look into that, and that is going to be it. So it's going to be pretty easy here. This is always not financial advice for entertainment only. Do your own research, and I'm invested following coins and companies for full disclosure. And let's get into the charts here. And if you enjoy this type of content, hit the like button, subscribe, helps me out. Okay, so here is a chart of Bitcoin on the weekly chart. I added in here the 200 weekly moving average, which is this red line over here. Historically, in the past, we've always bounced off of this line. We didn't spend too much time below it on the weekly time frame, but this time around, we're seeing a lot more. Let me see if we can zoom in over here to this time period here, if we were below it. See, prior cycles, we were bouncing off of this. This time around, we haven't bounced off of it as much as I thought we were going to bounce off of it. We've been actually staying below it for quite an extended period of time here. On the weekly time frame, we're below it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 weeks that we've stayed below it, almost 15, you could count. We did bounce here a little bit in August, but then we fell below it. We also fell below it in June, stayed there for 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks, and then we were above the 200 weekly moving average. So I think we're due to kind of bounce back up on to that 200 weekly moving average, but we'll see. We're seeing the same thing here in Ethereum as well. Ethereum hasn't stayed down that long underneath the 200 weekly moving average as Bitcoin has, but it has been down for only a couple weeks here. Traded right along that line here for a couple of weeks, and then was below it here the last 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. So I think we're due for a little rally going up, but we'll see if that actually pans out. Also on the Bitcoin time chart, let's take a look at the daily. Daily is looking okay. We're up a little bit right now. Let's go back to Bitcoin. Bitcoin's down a little bit, 0.57 to 16,417. If we look at the 4-hour chart and the 1-hour chart, let me get rid of the 200 weekly moving average here. We can see our size at 45. Last time we were back here, price was much lower at that time. So it is starting to turn a little bit more bullish right now on the chart, on the 4 hours and the 1-hour chart. You can see here, last time we were down over here in price on it as well. So that is looking pretty good right now for us. But we'll see if we can continue going more bullish than bearish. But we'll keep an eye on it. And the same thing is true for Ethereum as well. Ethereum's only up to 0.15 today to $1,200. So there's those two. Also, the network hash rate for Bitcoin has come down again today to 251 million terahashes per second. From yesterday was 253. So we're starting to see this kind of decline here. So it's definitely getting more difficult for the miners to be profitable at these ranges with the price and the difficulty and everything else. So we'll see if this continues going down. We're also monitoring Mara and their pool, and it seems like they only mined one today, one yesterday, one block, and then 3 days ago they mined, I think it was 3 blocks. So something's going on there, whether they're just not lucky or they're actually shutting down some of the miners, or it's Compute North. But I don't have any information yet. We'll get more information when they provide the numbers for November in about a week or so. So we'll see what happens there. Okay. That is it for these. Let's take a look at the short interest on the miners. So we'll go through this really quick here. I thought it'd be kind of interesting. We haven't done this in a while. See where they all stack up at. So Sphere 3D is right now reported, this was back, well, only about a week or so ago, 1.2 million shares being shorted, so that's not too bad. Argo, we don't have any data on them. Bit Digital is at 5.2 million shares, so it has been coming down, but it is going up a little bit here in the last week. Bitfarms has gone way up here in middle of October to 18.2 million, and it has been falling down here a little bit to 12.8 million just recently in the last week. CleanSpark has kind of been bouncing up and down here a little bit. They are at 6.7 million shares shorted. Prior to that was 6.4, 6.7, 6.8, so they're right around that range a little bit. Cores, they're up way up there, 22.4 million shares, and we obviously know that they have issues, and that's why they're being shorted quite heavily here a little bit more. DigiHost has pretty much flatlined here in the past, I'd say 4 months or so. Currently, they are 468,000 shares being shorted right now, so that's not too bad. DMG, no data on them. Greenidge has been climbing like crazy here. They're at 2.7 million shares right now. Prior to that, they were 2.5, 2.2. and 1.9 going back a couple of weeks here. Hive has been coming down here. They are at 5.9 million shares shorted right now. Prior to that, they were 8.1, so that's a pretty big decrease. I think this was all part of that Ethereum merge to proof of stake. That was why it was a little bit higher here a little bit, and then now it's coming down. Now that we know what's going on with them. Hut 8 has also gone down a little bit here in the last couple of weeks. 13.7 million shares shorted. Prior to that was 14.4 roughly, and 15.2. And before that was 13.5. So that has been going up here since pretty much this time last year. It has gone up from that point. Iris Energy, huge spike here to 1.2 million shares being shorted compared to only 814,000 a week ago or prior time of this. And then we got Iris. The reason they're being shorted is because they're returning 3.6 exahash of miners to the creditors. So that's why they're being shorted right now, which kind of makes sense. Luxfolio, no data on them. Marathon has also been shorted here quite a bit. 38.4 million shares shorted. That seems like a lot. But they do have 100-some million shares out, so that's still quite a bit of their shares are being shorted. Prior to that was 32.4, and then we had 31.6 and 31.7, so it is going up. So we do know that they have issues with Compute North, and their debt is kind of high, so I'm not surprised that they're being shorted a little bit here. Mawson peaked here about the beginning of November at 585,000 shares and it's dropped back down to 425. Prior to that, we were at 523 and 174, so kind of jumpy here a little bit in the last couple of weeks. Now Riot has gone up also to 28 million shares being shorted, up from 23.7. And then prior to that, we had 24, almost 25 million and 25.4 roughly. So those are going up as well. And that could be based on the price of Bitcoin coming down a little bit too. I think that's driving a little bit fear in the markets. And then Soluna has been coming down here pretty much ever since June. Yeah, they've been coming down here. They were in June, they were a high of 608,000 shares. Now they are at 154,000 shares. So that's good for Soluna. And lastly, Stronghold. Stronghold has been, increasing here for the past, 6 metrics that were measured. This is starting in end of August. So they've been getting shorted more and more to 4.6 million shares. Prior to that was 4.2, 3.7, 3.6, 3.1, and we had 2.8 roughly. So there you have it. We do see some of the miners that are having some issues, possibly getting shorted more than the other ones. But that is kind of what we would expect, I guess. When there's an opportunity for somebody to short a stock, I don't do shorts or anything like that, but investors do. And when they see trouble in the waters, they go, after those stocks, then they do short them a little bit more. Okay, so there's that. And then let's take a look at the performance for the miners for this week, see how they did against Bitcoin. But first we're looking at here is the percentage that they're down from their 52-week highs. They reached pretty much their 52-week highs last year right around this time. Bitcoin reached 69,000 and change. Miners did also very well at that time. Some of them started falling down before that. And this is what we're looking at here. So Bitcoin's only down 72% from that time frame. DMG is down 83.8. CleanSpark is down 88. Riot is down 89.2. Marathon is down 89.2 as well. DigiHost is down 89.3. Hive is down 89.5. Hut 8 is down 91. BitDigital is down 91. Iris is down 91.6. Bitfarms is down 92.6. Sphere is down 93.4. Soluna is down 93.9. Argo is down 95.8. Mawson is down 96.3. Greenwich is down 97.3. Core is down 99%. They got beat up here in the last couple of weeks with everything that's going on with them. Okay, so that covers the 52-week lows now, or the difference from the 52-week highs that we had a year ago prior. And let's take a look at this week, see how we did. So this week against Bitcoin, it's descending. We can see Bitcoin was down 1.05%, which wasn't too bad. Riot did better. It was only down 0.67%, and then Sphere 3D was up 0.29%. DMG was up 4.67%. Greenwich was up 5.36%. DigiHost was up 8.06%, and Mawson was up 8.11%. So those did better than Bitcoin for the week. And then we got CleanSpark was down 2.63. Hut was down 3.23. Hive was down 4.91. Bitfarms was down 5.69. BitDigital was down 9.10. Soluna down 10.11, Argo down 11.11, Iris down 11.9, Marathon down 16.73, and Core Scientific down 22.91 on the week. So you can see how this all translates into here. And then we'll just go into 4 weeks. 4 weeks, there it is. Okay, so let's see, where's Bitcoin? Bitcoin is down 21.87%. So the following companies did better on the 4-week time frame. You got DigiHost down only 18, Bit Digital down 16, DMG down 13, Core down 13, and Mawson down 11. And then we got Sphere doing worse than Bitcoin, down 22, almost 23. Soluna down 23, Riot down 23.4. Hive is down 25. Argo is down 25, almost 26 here. Argo is down 26.7. Sorry, that was Argo is 25.93. CleanSpark is down 26.7. Greenidge is down 27.16. Bitfarms is down 31%. Iris is down 40. Marathon is down 42. Hut 8 is actually down 44. So that was kind of a surprise there a little bit. Let's take a look at 8 weeks. In 8 weeks, we got Bitcoin being down only 15.48%. DigiHost did better at 14% down, and Mawson down 11% from that time frame. Sphere was down 18.5. DMG was down 20. Bit Digital was down 22, almost 23. CleanSpark is down 26.5 roughly. Riot is down 32.5. Hut 8 is down 36.8. Bitfarms is down 39.9. Hive is down 43.3. Marathon down 44.5. Soluna down 54.2. Iris down 55.12. Greenidge down 66. Argo down 73. And Core Scientific down 89% on the 8 weeks. And finally, let's take a look at the 12 weeks here. You can see what's going on there. And we'll call it a day. Bitcoin is only down 22% from 12 weeks ago. Everybody else did well, not far worse, but worse than Bitcoin. DigiHost was down 23. DMG was down 34. Mawson was down 40. Bit Digital at 42. Riot was down 46. Sphere was down 47.5. Hut 8 down 48, almost 49. CleanSpark down 53.8. Marathon down 56. Bitfarms down 56.2. Hive was down 58.3. Iris down 63. Soluna down 73.4. Greenidge 75.7. Argo 80.91. And Core Scientific 93.8, almost 9 on it. So not a good last couple 12 weeks that we've had in the markets, unfortunately. Hopefully things will get maybe a little holiday rally here in the markets in the next couple of weeks. We'll see how things are going to play out. But you can see here, we've had plenty of green here as well, but we've had a lot more red on the weeks for all the miners. So we'll have to keep an eye on it, see how it all goes forward. Hopefully Bitcoin price doesn't fall any further. I think we've all had enough of Bitcoin falling for the year. We pretty much started falling this time around last year, and we've been falling ever since then, which hasn't been great for anybody, for the miners or for the investors. So hopefully we'll get a better 2023. We are getting closer to the Bitcoin halving event. Also, we're about 14 months out now. No, not 14. We are 16 months out roughly, right? Because it's going to be in March, so you got 4 months. Yeah, we're about 16 months out from the Bitcoin halving event. Usually, historically, Bitcoin has gone up prior to it and afterwards. So we'll see if we get the same historical trend as we have in the past. Miners are absolutely going to need it, because if Bitcoin halving happens, coins get cut in half, they need to be at a lot higher price. Okay, so that is it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Spreadsheets available to my Patreon members. As always, thank you to everyone there for their continued support. Thank you so much for watching. Love you all. Have a great night. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button, subscribe. That's it. See you then.